Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to use a single Sceptre config to be deployed to different regions, different AWS regions. So traditionally we use the config YAML on the config directory to define the region that we want to deploy our stack. So let me show you how what the state is in the target environment. So this account in AP Southeast 2 region in Sydney has no stack. Let me refresh that. Yeah, it's empty, and then we go back to US West 2. There is no stack. Now I'm going to use the same config to be deployed to both AP Southeast 2 and US West 2. So traditionally, Sceptre has the AWS region specified in config/config YAML, which is this file, and we define that region in this region variable. Yeah, so I have prepared a config under infra directory here called VPC network YAML. This config uses this template called vpc-network.yaml, which has resources from VPC, Internet Gateway, route table for public network, public subnet, then route table for private subnet, and then network SL for public subnet, network SL for private subnet, and the actual private subnet and public subnets both in availability zone A and B in the specified region. Now, by using this template and this config, by default, it will be deployed to US West 2. Let me do that by issuing the command sceptre launch -y infra. So I'm not using the full path all the way to the YAML file, but just specifying the directory where the file sits. This will deploy every config in that directory. Yeah, so let's run that. Yeah, creating progress. Let's monitor the progress in AWS console. That's Oregon. Refresh this. It's being created. I'm going to pause this until everything is deployed. Yeah, looks like everything has been deployed. So this is what the output is. Internet gateway, network SEL, route table, subnet. And if we go to the VPC, not EC2, VPC. And that's my VPC and everything else, subnets, route tables, internet gateway, and network ACL. So we go back to CloudFormation and we double check one more time in AP Southeast 2 if there's anything in there. Yeah, still nothing. Okay, now we go back to the console, to the Visual Studio Code and make some modifications to the code. In order to make this code a little bit more flexible so we can reuse the existing config to be deployed to other regions, we need to modify this variable by utilizing a little bit of ginger to syntax. This time we're going to print the variable var.aws region, but as precaution, we want to set the default value for it to use US West 2 in case it's not supplied. So as Sceptre requirements, if we want to supply a variable externally outside from all these config YAML files, we need to prefix it with var. So everything under var can be supplied from either command line or variable file. So let me show you how to use it. Since now the region is by default will be defined as US West 2, if I rerun the command, there should be nothing changed. Yeah, no updates to perform. But now if I supply the variable dash dash var and then bring up this one, the variable AWS region equals AP Southeast 2, which is Sydney region. This should deploy the config, the CloudFormation stack to AP Southeast 2. Now let's go back. See, it didn't detect that there is an existing config in that region. So let's go to the console. This time, yeah, we're already in Sydney. Let's refresh that. It is being created in Sydney. So let's monitor the progress of this one. Yeah, I'm going to post this until everything is created. Yeah, the resources have been created in Sydney. Let's check the details. Okay, in AP Southeast 2, the same stack with exactly the same name has been created. Now let's double check the VPC. This is still in Sydney. As you can see, there's one stack in Oregon, which is US West 2. There's one stack in Sydney. So we have two VPCs, one in US West 2 and one in AP Southeast 2. That's exactly the same name, different VPC ID compared to in Oregon. There should be the subnets, route tables, internet gateway, and network ACL. Let's double check if they have different or same VPC ID. So this one ends with C117. That's the one in AP Southeast 2. If we go to Oregon, the VPC ID ends with 862BA. Yeah, and if we go back to the CloudFormation, that VPC ID should be available from the output section of the stack. So let's search for VPC ID. Actually, it's just the VPC. The VPC. There we go. Yeah, that's the VPC ID. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.